Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I am very excited for today's video because we have a new collection from Fantasy Cosmetica. So they are one of my favorite brands that have come out in the last few years. They are also local for me, so I'm very grateful that they sent this to me in PR and really excited to show this off. This is the Wizard Collection, so we're gonna go over each of the products, give you my first impression for some things, second, third impression for some other things, and see if it is the same quality of the other products I have from them. And if you are new here, welcome. My name is Colin. I'm a non-binary Latinx scientist and lover of makeup with a definite soft spot for indie makeup and high-end makeup. And I tend to take a pretty analytical approach to the content I make, be it reviewing a new product like this or just talking about things I already know and love. And I have new videos every week, so I'd love to have you subscribe. So like I said, this is the new Wizard Collection from Fantasy Cosmetica. Everything they do is kind of fantasy / D&D themed, and I really enjoy the way they bring those like themes to life. I think they do a really great job. Jordan, the owner, really sweet person. I think she's just done a really great job with this brand. So we're gonna go over I can talk. We're gonna go over what's in the collection, the prices, all of that kind of stuff. Then we're gonna do some swatches, and then we'll try it out, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. So, before we start, if you are interested in what I'm wearing on my face, this is the makeup I wore to work today. I have been wearing this for 12 hours. I did re-powder before I got on camera and reapply lip, but that's it. So this is the House Labs concealer, a little bit of the Dewdrop foundation, like around the center of my face. And then I have a little bit of Macchiato from Finding Ferdinand and Khakis collab. It's just like my go-to blush. I have a lot of blushes, but that's just like the one I keep going to every day. Victoria Beckham bronzer, again, I go to. And then that's, you know, here. And then, what else? Kosas brow gel. I did buy that recently to give it a try because I have like the brow pencil and a bunch of other stuff that they've sent me, but I've never tried the brow pot, like the brow gel. I got it in medium brown. I think it's really nice, really happy with that. This is the third time I've used it. And then my lip is a Victoria Beckham lip pencil. This is number 2. And then Hidden from their Lost Library collection. This is from Fantasy Cosmetica's last launch that came out at the end of last year. Really pretty cream lipstick. Really like these. Yeah, I think that's everything. Don't have any highlighter or anything on. Okay, so this collection has 3 things. We've got another perfume, a highlighter palette that just slid out, almost dropped that. Highlighter palette. This is a new product from them. This is brand new. Very excited about this. Give myself a heart attack there. And then an eyeshadow palette. So this is, hopefully this video should be going up the same day this is being announced, which I think is February 9th, so I'm pre-filming this a little bit. I meant to film this last week when it came, but I was sick, so I couldn't, which is why I'm filming after work and been wearing this makeup for 12 hours. And then this is launching on February 16th at 9 a.m. PST. So this says, the Wizard Collection includes an eyeshadow palette, highlighter palette, and perfume. The palette is magnetic and all the eyeshadows are removable and sold individually if you only want like one shade. All the products are vegan, not tested on animals, made in China, and shipped from Redmond, Washington, which is just across the lake from me here in Seattle. The palette is gonna retail for $38.99. I think that's the same price all of their palettes are. The highlighter palette is $29.99, and it is 3 beautiful highlighters. We'll talk more about my thoughts on them later. And then the single eyeshadows in the palette, the mattes, will be $4.99 a piece. The shifty shades, the duo multichrome shades, are $9.99, and there is a holochrome shade like they had in their Hidden Library collection, and that is going to be $18.99. That is the shade Graviturgy. Probably should have double checked how to pronounce that. Yeah, that is what it says. I am not sure how to pronounce that. Okay. That might be just because I don't play D&D. And then the perfume. So let's talk about the perfume. We'll talk about each thing so far, and then we'll apply them. So This is the eyeshadow palette. The case and the palette look the same, or the little sleeve. They are identical on the back as well. Really love the artwork. I love the stained glass theme that they've moved to, and I just think the artwork it's really beautiful. I really like it, and it's such a nice progression from where they started. I also like that they've gone back and replaced the old ones to this. You've got kind of these shiny holographic runes around the edge, and then you've got the wizard there. And then when you open it up, you get this really beautiful, not quite monochromatic, blue purple color story. So you've got some blues, a couple purples, and then a couple like yellowy golds. Really excited for this. This is right up my alley as far as like colorful eyeshadow when I wear it. I will probably only be doing one look today just because that's what I have time for, but I will keep using this off camera like normal. I just haven't had a chance lately. And then this is the Celestial Lights eyeshadow palette. I'm gonna take that off because it doesn't want to stay on. And you get these 3 very large pans. I have already tried all 3 of these, and these are really pretty. These are very much high shine, out like colorful highlighters. I think one of these, I don't remember which one it is off the top of my head. Maybe the first one, Dancing Lights, has a bit of a green shift to it, and I feel like I might wear that one more than the others. The other 2 / all 3 of these are gonna be more eyeshadows for me, but I really like this kind of tone for an eyeshadow, so I'm not mad about that. I just don't wear colorful highlighter on the regular, but I knew I would still use them as eyeshadow, which is why I said yes to this. I do like that Fantasy Cosmetica does that, where they say, here's what we're watching, what of this would you like to try? That way you're not getting things you won't like. And then the last thing is the perfume. So these are made in Redmond. The bottles are all hand painted. I really love the bottles. I think they do a beautiful job. I have 2 of their other scents, and I really love them. The one that came out with did Lost Library have one? Is that the one I'm thinking of that I really love? I think so. And then the Druid one is my other one that I really like. I've smelled, I think, there's one other one that I've smelled that was like, okay, but like not for me. And then the other ones have just been like, that sounds interesting, but not a fragrance for me, so I'm gonna skip. So this one says, this is inspired by laying in the grass and admiring the night sky. It is a refreshing grass and wood scent with citrus accents. So this, you can get a 1 ml sample that ships worldwide. That is $2.29. So you can just add that to your order if you're not sure you want to buy a full size. 10 milliliter coconut oil based roller is also available to ship worldwide and $16.99, or 10 ml alcohol based spray, kind of like this is, $16.99. And then this is the 30 ml alcohol spray, which is $32.99 and is only available to ship within the continental US. I think that's because it's alcohol based. As soon as I saw the description for this, I was very excited. So let's talk about this first. So this says the top notes are lemongrass, citrus, and marine notes. All things I enjoy. Heart notes of grass, bamboo, green leaves, and lavender. Base notes of dark musk, sage, cedar, and moss. So this is, I'm not always a moss person, or not moss, musk. Different M, but I enjoy all of these notes and other things, so I was very excited, especially with the inspiration of laying in the grass, admiring the night sky. And I do think it does smell like that, but I'm not, so full honesty about this, I think this is pretty, but not, I don't think this is for me. Oh, I also forgot to mention, I do have an affiliate code with Fantasy Cosmetica. It is Bones, and it saves you 10%. I really appreciate when people use that. A bunch of people used that at the end of last year, and it helps a lot. It helps me buy stuff for this channel so that I can review them, and I have a bunch of new stuff coming in, which is nice. I also have some non-review material I want to film. I just, getting sick and then being busy at work because my boss got sick has made things difficult. But back to the perfume. I'm feeling scattered because it's been a week. It's only Wednesday, but it's been a week. This, I think it's because the musk and the lavender are really strong for me. I think it's the lavender and marine notes. It reminds me of something. I can't quite pinpoint what it reminds me of. It's something nostalgic. My nose is a little red today. It's a little nostalgic. Not like my perfect scent. Like I've worn this a couple times now, and I do have it on today. And I'm mostly getting lavender right now. I'm getting the lavender and the musk with like a little hint of the moss, I think. Like a green note of some kind. But I'm mostly getting lavender. So I like this. I might end up passing this on to like my sister-in-law or someone who will like it more than me, because I feel like it's gonna sit there and get used so sparingly. I'd rather someone who loves it, you know, use it. But I do think this is gonna be something that a lot of people will like. There's like a certain note in here. And I think it's that the lavender with something else, like that combination, it's very calming and very familiar, but not something that I personally wear a lot. So I was really excited based on, and I asked for the big size because I thought it was gonna be something I would use a lot. I just don't think it is now that I have it in person and have worn it on my skin. Because, you know, perfumes are really hard. They react differently to your body chemistry. So like, I've definitely sprayed something on myself and then my best friend and my husband, and it smells different on all three of us because we're different people. So it's one of those where it's like, I appreciate this, and I think a lot of people will really like this because it is very fresh. I do the refreshing grass and wood scent. I don't get a lot of the wood. I think that's my problem. I'm mostly just getting lavender grass. The lavender is like really pulling forward for me. And I like lavender when I'm like trying to relax before bed, but it's not something I want to smell like most of the time. So I think if you like, and I do, yeah, I'm getting a little bit of citrus. So if you like a citrusy lavender scent, I think you will really love this. And I think the Fantasy Cosmetica scents are really great. I think Jordan makes them herself. Obviously it says they're made in Redmond. They are very long lasting. They project well. They're not the kind of scent that, I mean, if you sprayed a bunch of it, you're gonna smell it all over. I generally do like 2 spritzes, like one on my wrist, one on my body. Maybe 2, maybe 3. But they're one of those, like, it projects well, so if you're near me, you can smell it. The ones that I do really enjoy that I have, people will walk by and they're like, ooh, that smells good, you know. They last all day. You don't have to worry about them like fading. They're not, so like, I think they're like $30 for this size of a perfume. I think it's a really great price, or $16 for the small one. Really great price, especially for the quality. I just don't think this one is for me. I'm curious to see what other people will think when, you know, they get it in PR or buy it themselves. I'm really curious to see what other people think. Okay, so now we've got the highlighter palette and the eyeshadow palette. I will try one of these on my cheek again. I'll swatch all of these. We'll swatch these and we'll get into an eye look. So let's put one of these on. This is definitely a purple, like purple to gold. Really pretty. Definitely shows up purple on the cheek. This one is very pink and blue. Very pink and blue. But really pretty. Very strong duochrome. And this is like soft pink with a green. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that on so you can kind of see just how bright these are. So this is a fluffy Lunar Beauty brush. I like this for highlighter because it's really flimsy and soft, so it doesn't pick up too much. So you saw I tap twice, you can see it there. Tap off excess, and then you can see very reflective. This is the one I'm probably gonna use the most. I definitely in person am seeing like, yeah, there's a little bit of a pink base. So if you were wearing a pinky blush, it would probably melt into that really nicely. And then I'm getting a strong green flip. But like if I look straight ahead and the light's not hitting it, I do see that pink base. I'm not wearing a pink blush, but if I was, you would probably just blend into that. Or if you have a pink undertone, not green like me. And I'll put a little bit over here as well. So you can see it's very reflective. So really pretty, not something I'm gonna wear every day. Very strong. But I know a lot of people, especially a lot of my friends, really like a blinding highlight. I'm very much on the day-to-day, a glow from within person. And then sometimes like when I'm going to a concert or something like that, I will wear one of these kind of things, or my Kaleidos ones like this. So happy to have this, and I think this is gonna make a really pretty eyeshadow, so I will report back on that. And then let's just swatch all three of these. So we've got Dancing Lights here, which is the one I just put on. Very smooth and creamy. You can see just how reflective that is. Then we've got Whirlwind. And you can see that, like, again, pink base with that blue shift, really beautiful. I think this would be just a really pretty eyeshadow. And then Dark Star. Yeah, Dark Star. And you can see it's that lilac color. It's really beautiful. And then it's a little hard to see here, but if I hold it like this, I see a strong gold reflect. So I'm gonna put these just here. Very smooth, really pretty. I just think these are really well done. So you can see it's got a bit of a peach there too. So it's like pink, peach, green. This one is very much blue, purple, or like pink with a blue flip. If I hold it this way, I'm seeing like magenta-y, and then I'm seeing blue. And then this one is definitely that lilac to gold. And I see a little bit of another color when it's reflecting this way, but when I look this way, I'm just seeing straight up gold. So these are really beautiful. Really excited to keep playing with these. And I think $30 for all three of these, that's $10 highlighter for how much you're getting. I think that's a great deal. You're getting, it says 12-month shelf life. It doesn't have how many grams this is. I'm sure it'll say on the website though. But you know, I paid way more than that for each of those Kaleidos highlighters, so I think this is a great price. Okay, so I'm gonna have a sip of my Negroni, and then let's get into swatching the palette. I did wear long sleeves today, so we're gonna do them on the back of my hand, and then we'll put them on the eyes and wrap up. I did wear my raccoon sweater today. One of my favorites. Also super soft. Okay, so I'm gonna do the mattes first, and then we'll do the shimmers. So this is Curiosity, which is a nice pale blue. It is very silky. Then we've got Incantation. Ooh, that's really pretty. So this is almost a white blue. This is a nice like baby blue. And then we've got Spellbook. These are very silky, really, really nice. And a nice pale yellow. So got, yeah, that's basically white with a blue undertone. Then we got like pale blue, kind of almost pastel. And then the pale yellow. And then we've got Telepathy. I almost said telepathy. That tells you how long this day has been. And then Intellect. These feel slightly drier, but they are a darker pigment, so I'm not surprised that tends to happen. Really beautiful blue and purple. So we've got the blue there, very pigmented. These are really pretty. Okay, so we've got the shimmers now. So we've got Conjuration. Feels nice and smooth. There's a little bit of texture to it. So it's a nice pale blue. I don't know if there's supposed to be a shift, but there's a little bit of an icy, maybe pink to it. Meteor Storm is this gold in the middle. Really beautiful. And then let's do, I can do all four. So I really don't think I can pronounce that tonight, so I'm gonna stop trying. But this is the Hollow shade, and you can see it's this nice, it looks kind of like denim blue this way, and it looks purple when I'm looking at it this way. Very smooth and creamy. Okay. That's beautiful. That is like space in an eyeshadow. There's the blue to like purple, and you can see that that shift just on my fingertip, and then it's holographic. So there's also like a dark base, like even darker than the two shiny. So there's the two shiny shades. Then there's like a dark kind of denim shade base, and then all of that holographic shine. And then when I hold it this way, I'm also seeing like gold. This is one of the prettiest shadows I've ever seen. Okay. And then I'm sure everyone's gonna use it in their videos, but I don't care, I'm gonna use it. And then Divination is the last one. I'll use my pinky for that. Also very smooth. So the first two have a little bit more texture than the others, and that's a really beautiful, like, beautiful blue, purple duochrome. So we'll do the baby blue up here. I tried to leave extra room for the shimmers. Okay, so that's a nice blue gold duochrome. And then here's the gold. So it's like a gold green. So it looks gold there, but I am definitely seeing a green flip when I hold it to the side. Then we've got the hollow shade. It's so pretty. You can see that dark base here as it blends out. And when I'm looking this way, I see kind of red, like maroon. So it's quite the multichrome. There's a lot of shifts. I see red, I see gold, I see blue, and then there's all of that holographic sparkle. Okay. And then there's the last blue purple duochrome. This is a really beautiful palette. Okay, I'm gonna try to film something so you can see this a little bit better, and then I'm gonna wash my hands and I will be right back. Okay, so now for an eye look. I just keep getting distracted by how shiny this highlighter is. It's so bold. Hi, Bean. She probably wants to play. I will play with you when I'm done, okay? I think she's feeling a little neglected because we were gone. I was gone at work all day, and my partner was gone for part of the day for appointments, and then we went out to dinner and the grocery store. So we will be having some bean time after I film. So I'm gonna start with just a small blending brush. I'm gonna pick up the Incantation shade up here. I'm gonna use that. Picks up very nicely. And I just primed with my NARS primer. And I'm gonna try to use this as a transition shade. It's a pretty pale blue, so we'll see how it works. You're never gonna get like a perfect transition with blues because you don't have blue skin. That is a very pigmented pale blue. Wow. I mean, I could use a little bit of the yellow and like see if that makes a difference. Because I do have a little more yellow in my skin than obviously blue. Those are both pale but pigmented. So I'm just kind of tapping it and then softly blending once it's kind of pressed down. And I don't think the edge looks bad. Because it's so soft, it's just blending out. So I'm gonna do that on the other side as well. I could do two looks, like one on each eye, but I'm just not doing that tonight. If you would like to see more looks, please let me know. I wanted to have multiple looks in this video, I just haven't had time. The hazards of getting sick. I feel like I was sick around the last launch too. Because I had COVID then, and then this was just a cold that reactivated my long COVID, like made my long COVID symptoms worse, so. Okay, that's looking a little crazy, but very pigmented. That's just with regular eye primer, so didn't need a white base or anything. Then I'm gonna pick up, I just wanted something for the darker shade to blend into. I could have started with the darker shade and blended the edges, but I don't always love doing that. So I'm gonna pick up a flat shader brush. This one's already stained purple, like permanently. And I'm gonna pick up the blue shade Telepathy. I speak English. And I'm gonna put that out here and then blend it into the crease. And I like this kind of a brush because it's flat and fluffy, so I can pat, use that end to go into the crease, and then I can kind of turn and blend. So I'm just picking this up. Again, very pigmented. It's very opaque and smooth, but it's blending out into the other shade nicely. One blue eyeshadow in a little while. I've been very neutral lately. This is a really pretty color. So then once I have it down where I want, I'm just using the end, flipped it over to its side and blending, and I will go back in with that first brush. But this is blending really nicely. Some blues don't really want to blend. There's a little bit of skipping in my crease, but that's not bad. And then I'm just using the first shade brush and kind of buffing away in the middle to make sure that they're blended together. You might be able to like tap in back and forth and make your own shade and get kind of a medium blue like I have on. If you want it really dark, I would start with the darker shade and then just blend the edges. I really like that. I'm gonna do this on the other side and I'll be right back. Okay, that's looking really nice. I was just thinking, like, if you wanted a really easy way to use this, you could pick purple or blue, like one of them, and basically do a matte liner, just do a little wing, and then use one of the shimmers. I think that would be like the most daily friendly, quick and easy way to use this. But I wanted to see how things blended, so here we are. I am gonna need to tidy up the edge here with concealer when I'm done, because I did mess up a little bit, but that's my problem, not the shadows. And then with what's left on the brush, I'm just going under here just a little bit. Literally just what's left on the brush from blending. I don't want too much pigment down here, but because it's such a dark blue, I don't want it, or such like a blue look, I don't want nothing down here, you know? Okay, so I do want to see how the purple layers in there, because it seems a little darker. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that on a pencil brush and just put it right here. Yeah, I think that would make a really pretty, like, matte wing liner. Definitely is adding even more depth. Okay. I feel like I'm looking a little crazy. Okay, let's just go in with the Holochrome shade. So, can't use brush, I'm just gonna use my finger. So pretty. And you could put this over a sticky base like the Pat Intensify stick that I have, or NYX glitter glue, which I also have actually. And that would probably make it even more shiny. But this is also really smooth. Like, this is smooth enough, I think you could probably put, if you're not worried about fallout, you could put it down and just kind of blend the edges with one of the blues or something. Or do what I said and just do the matte liner and then this. I think that would look really cool. I will definitely try that soon. Really like that. I don't want it to look too much like I have a cut crease, so I'm just using my finger to blend it up. Some of that sparkle is up there, yeah. And I'm gonna take this little, this is a Refreshator brush. I'm gonna pick up the matte yellow. I'm gonna put a little bit of that as an inner corner. This is that little lighter pop. I feel like that's gonna highlight nicely. Just tapping that in and blending it up. Could also use one of these as an inner corner or the pale blue. Okay, so I'm gonna go off camera real quick. I already had mascara from at work today, but I'm gonna add a second layer of mascara and tidy up the edges and stuff, like just fine tune some details, and I will be right back for final thoughts. So I'm back and this is the final look. I just touched up my concealer right here and I added a second layer of my mascara to like amp it up a little bit because of how bold this is. I really like this. I feel like I could have personally done better with the blend, but that's fine. It's, you know, 8 o'clock at night. It doesn't really matter. But the mattes are all very pigmented, blended really nicely. This shimmer, I mean, the other ones feel like, these all feel like the normal Fantasy Cosmetica shimmers. So these feel like the ones in most of their other palettes. And this feels like the ones from the Lost Library collection that was just all holographic shades. So I really love this. This is one of my new favorite shimmers. I'm gonna wanna wear this all the time. I think this is very monochromatic for me. I normally like a little bit more contrast, but I think like nice cool tone mattes, like cool tone neutral mattes with this shimmer, it's gonna be really pretty. And if you're always worried about something like this, if you are a little lean, a little more neutral, you can always use some neutrals to transition, like some cool neutrals, and then get into the darker colors. That is also a choice that you can make, but I really wanted to stick with just the palette. So really like this, think this is beautiful. So let's round up a little bit. So final thoughts on everything. Think this is a beautiful palette, especially it's $38.99. I think that might be a little bit more than they normally are, but it does have that holographic shade. And this is one of the prettiest shades I've ever used. And I have no problem with longevity or anything on the other ones. So that one shade is $19 before a discount code. So like really happy with that. The highlighters, you can see how shiny they are. I did tone it down a little bit with some powder. After I touched the concealer, I powdered my face. So that's it with some powder over it to tone it down. So you can adjust them. And I think these will be really pretty eyeshadows. Like, let's take this purple one actually and put a little bit just on here. Just adds a little bit of purple to that. Yeah, I like that. It didn't take away from the holographicness. Like, I still see all of the same colors there, but now there's a little bit more purple in there, as it's like a little more of a purple flip. So these also make really nice eyeshadows. So I'm happy I have these. And then, like I said earlier, the perfume is really pretty. I think some people are really gonna love this. I'm sad that it's not my perfect perfume, but that's okay. I do think my sister-in-law might like this a lot. This does feel like something she will like. So I will see what she thinks, or maybe I don't know, someone in my life will get very good use out of this. It is a really pretty scent. It's just not a me scent now that I smell it. Okay, so that is everything. Like I said at the beginning, I do have an affiliate code with Fantasy Cosmetica. It is just Bones. It'll save you 10% when this launches. And like I said, this does launch on February 16th at 9 a.m. PST. So that's Pacific Standard Time, 9 a.m. Seattle time, or LA time if that helps. And then, yeah, really excited about this. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Are you gonna pick any of this up? What do you think of the palette, the highlighter, all of that? Love to hear your thoughts. Chat with you in the comments as always. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, it helps a lot, and I'll see you all in my next video.